Hey Marley, how you doing, sweetie? You all right? How's your day today? You came on right, man. It's time to spin wheels from work. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock here, so 5 o'clock your time. Yeah, I just got like an hour to burn, so I just said let me come on here and see how everybody's doing. Good? Yeah, I had a good day. It's nice and quiet. The weather is just shitty as usual. It's not allowing me to do what I really want to do, but it's all good. I took the week off and just said fuck it. So I was just relaxing and just chilling, doing some things around the house as usual. Hey Becca, what's up, sweetie? You all right? Hi Lala. You're about to okay, sure. No problem. You're sleepy? You shouldn't be. I know why you're sleepy. You had a long Valentine's night last night. hmm I know. You don't have to explain. It's cool. I know. I know it's okay. Don't rub it in. It's all good. As long as you have fun, you deserve it. You said you didn't have to work today. Yeah. Well, I tried calling the car place all day today and never got through. Those fuckers never answered the phone. So I know what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow morning I gotta take my nephews to the dentist. And when I leave both of them there, they're gonna be there for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'm gonna go see the place that has my car. I'm gonna go rip them a new ass. I'm sick and tired of these fucking people. Like all you gotta do is like answer your damn phone. Then if you don't answer the phone, at least like, like say something, like, like say, oh hey Mark, we got the parts coming in, we got the we just want to let you know that it should be here this day, that day, nothing. It's like what a joke, man. I have to physically go down there. And that's what I tell people. If you don't go down somewhere, you'll never get anything accomplished by calling somebody. I swear customer service in this world is so pathetic, it's unreal. It really, really is pathetic. It's pathetic and sad at the same time. Lala, I got your donation. Thank you. You can ask your question. I'm gonna see if you actually asked it in the. Oh my god, this thing's like taking forever to load just because. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you can ask your question when you're ready, sweetheart. Thanks. I can't see the actual thing on here. It's not showing me anything. So annoying. Like I don't even want to get a new computer because it's not the computer, it's the stupid internet. Because it works when it wants to. Oh, well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's so good. They can avoid me because I'm going down there tomorrow. I'm gonna go down there and say, "Yo, what's the deal with my damn car?" All right. I want to know what Gideon and I related. Gideon and I relationship would be like if I have his child. I think he wants to have a baby with me, but doesn't want to commit. That's not good. All right. So, to be honest, I feel like if you guys did have a child, I think that it'll still be like up and down. I feel like it'll be a bad investment to have a child with him, and I think that he doesn't have a financial security. Like he doesn't have his finances intact. I mean, he'll love his child and he'll take care of the child. I see, like he'll do that because obviously, when you first have your kid, sometimes not all the time, but when you first have a kid, you put some effort in what somewhat, and then after that, that's it. But if you do have a child with this person, I feel like they would have to transform their whole life. They would have to clear away all the old things and make way for new stuff. And it'll just be like it'll be a bad omen. It'll be bad luck if you do. I mean, obviously the child doesn't have any, say in the bad luck. A child is not bad luck, but having it with somebody is. So the final outcome, if you were to have a child with this person, it will be a bad investment. It will be a bad thing. And they would have to make too much of a sacrifice. So that's why they don't want to do it. And I also feel like his finances aren't that great. That's probably why he doesn't want to do it. And if his finances are good, he knows that he'd have to spend money on that child and you. So it'll burden him and he wouldn't want that, you know? So it doesn't look good to do, to be honest. Well, I asked what type of person that he is and will he actually change before you even ask me that. So it says that, it won't be the same, it'll be worse. I got worse cards when I asked what would the future be like with him, and it's giving me worse cards than I got before. It's telling me that he's gonna have to work harder and make, and whatever he makes, he knows he has to put forth to you and the baby because you won't be able to work at a certain point in time, right? So he would always be worrying. He will always be concerned. He will always doubt everything. He'll always be uncertain, and he'll feel like too much anxiety. Yeah, I don't think he can handle the pressure, to be honest. It'll probably be worse in the future if he does. Like he won't get his finances together. I don't see that. I see him being like a person who doesn't want to change his finances. Like some people will have a child and they'll go work 3 jobs. I know women who are single mothers that have 2, 3 jobs just to take care of their child because their baby daddy is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? So like with this guy, I feel like he would rather spend his money and go through obstacles and go through like just paying for himself than paying for you and a child. So I feel like it'll get worse if you actually do have a child with this person. Like he won't get his shit together in the future. I think it'll be too much of a burden for him. And I think that his past has like allowed him to think that way. I think that he's always had this same situation where maybe his mom had to deal with him like that and without a dad or whatever. Or he knows people from his past that had the same problem. So he doesn't want to get himself into that. Yeah, he needs to heal. He needs more than healing. He needs to get his shit together if he really wants that life. But if you want it and he doesn't, then you can't force him to do it. But if he does want it, then he knows what he has to do because having a baby ain't no joke. That's for sure. Especially now, it's even more expensive than it ever has been. Having a baby is like having a house. It's a long-term investment, and it's either going to make you or break you. So you need 2 people to actually deal with it. So I feel like he's not going to give you 100%. Unfortunately, I don't see that. I don't see him like coming through. And don't try and change him. My advice to you is don't try and change him, and don't think that it's going to change. You know, if you hear him talking, like as a man, I'm going to tell you like what my advice to you is if you want my advice. But if he starts to talk like, you got to get him to talk. You got to say, look, if you want a relationship with me and you have a baby with me, what is your plans to help me with the baby? Like, what you want a child? Well, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be sacrificing? Are you gonna work 2 jobs? Because I won't be able to work in the beginning. I'm gonna be on paternity leave. Now you got to map it all out for some people. So maybe he needs to. Maybe that's what you have to like say to him and see his reaction and see what he says. You know? So that's my advice to you is to like test him out to see what he says. And if you have already and you've gotten no answers, then no answer is an answer. That means you don't care and don't want it. What people say and what people do is 2 different things. And that's why like a lot of men and women have children and they don't care. Like, well, the thing is, he works hard now for himself, but he doesn't work for a child. That's something totally different. You know what I mean? Like you have to put food on the table for 2, 3 people, him, you, and the baby. Because what happens if something happens, worst case scenario, something happens to you and you have to recover from the baby or something like that. You got to look at all angles. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have free will. If you want to do it and if you want to take that risk, that's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't do it. It's up to you. Whatever you feel you want. But if he doesn't want a commitment, then what's the sense of having a baby with someone who doesn't want commitment? Unless all you want is a child and you don't want commitment. So it's up to you. It's whatever you want. I ain't judging but so if he works hard now, he's definitely not going to want to work harder. So that's what I see. Like he's not going to make the sacrifice to like really put in the effort to like. I feel like he'll take care of his child, yes, but after a while, he probably will be like, what am I got myself into? When the reality of having a child hits somebody, that's when they go crazy. That's when they're like, This is what I signed up for. Holy shit. That's why a lot of guys go broke because they have a child and they don't realize how much it costs. And then they go to court. They have to pay all this child support and then they're broke for 18 years. And some of the baby mamas don't care because they're like, you know what? That's what you get. I'm taking you for everything you got. But I know cases where it's the total opposite. My siblings are in total opposite cases where, you know, yeah, sure. My sister pays for all her children's stuff, and he don't pay for nothing. He ain't paid for almost a whole year. Last time he paid my sister for the kids was last year April. Last year April May, and he won't. He refuses to pay, and that's why the kids don't care about him, and that's why I want to beat the shit out of him. But it's all good. We can handle it without him, so we don't need him. That's why I told my sister we don't need that fool. Who cares, you know? Hey Santina, how are you, sweetie? You all right? Yeah, sure. I'll check it out for you, Lala. But hey, you know, I don't know. If I was a woman, I would never be with a man who doesn't want to be with his children and doesn't want to pay for them and all that stuff. Like I watch my dad. I watch my dad bust his ass for years, 3 jobs every day to put all 4 of us in school, put my sisters through college, and now we help him pay his bills because he did so much for us. But not too many people would do that. Not too many people would care, you know. And I know a lot of single moms. Shout out to all the single moms out there. I love you guys for taking care of your children and putting them through school and being a good mother. To all the deadbeat dads, you can go to hell. For all the good dads, I respect you. All right. So you said, how would you feel if you get pregnant now? Well, some people just you rather have you as a baby mom because that's what they prefer. You know, you might be obviously his type. You might have a good job. You might have, you might have your finances better than him. You might live somewhere decent. You might be the perfect mom for his, agenda. But, it could be a lot of things, Only you would know because you're with him. So, but, commitment should be, having a child you should be committed and all that stuff. But obviously people don't, really care about that anymore. All right, so if he found out that you were pregnant right now or in the future, he would have to he would think that that you're lying to him, or he will feel like oh God, I'm disappointed because now it's hit reality. If she actually has this baby, I'm gonna I know you said that he wants you to be his baby mom, but I think that that's something that he says, but I don't know if he really means it because what I get here is he feels like that would be like a disappointment to know. It's like he wants it, but if he found out you were, he'd be disappointed in a way, or he knows that he can't disappoint you. So he'll feel like, I have to make a complete change here because in 9 months, my this baby's gonna arrive and what the hell am I gonna do? So he's gonna drive himself crazy. He's gonna think about all the stability that he has now, what it's gonna change. I keep getting like the same vibe with this guy where he would feel like, do I have to like abandon this relationship now or Do I question her? Do I just leave her? Or, what am I gonna do? Like, so he'll be up, he'll be like going crazy thinking about what the hell he's gonna do. He has no preparation. He's like, he don't know what he wants, what he would do. So if he found out you were pregnant, he'd probably go crazy. I don't get like not too many things. Like, I don't get too many good things at all. And he'll always think that he'll be letting you down because he's not committing to you. So getting you, he'll feel let down about it. How he feels about you is like he doesn't want to be. He feels like you're kind. He feels you're generous. He feels also that you're vulnerable. And he suspects that you're this way, and he feels like if I don't deal with her or give her what she wants, then I know I'm not going to get no more action out of her. So he feels like he has to change his way of life in order to be with you, and that's why he don't want to commit. So because you want commitment and he doesn't, he feels like, look, I have to make a sacrifice if I want this girl. If I want to be with her, I'm gonna commit to her because that's what she wants. But I don't want that, so I don't want to sacrifice. I keep getting sacrifice, change, and it's more sacrifices, and he doesn't want to make a mistake. That's and but he feels like you're a kind and decent person, and you're vulnerable. That's how he feels. So he's like willing to take advantage of you if he has to. But at the same time, I also feel like he knows that he has to make a lot of adjustments and sacrifices in order to be with you 100% because that's what you want. Do you get that he is like immature or is not like he doesn't act his age? Do you get that off of him? Because I get like a lot of immaturity and like not a person who doesn't really like care or doesn't have like a strong caring feeling vibe. I just get like a person that's just bored and just says random shit and just does random shit just to say it. Like I keep getting that about him. No, I actually see it getting worse. Like I said, like it'll get worse. Not good. Yeah, he could be sweet to you, but like do you feel like it's like a immature sweet or funny sweet or something like that? Because I get like I get a lot of like not acting his age around him. Like I don't get like strong love feelings to be honest. Hey Ninja, how you doing? Yeah, I don't say childish, but like maybe it's the expressing the emotions part, like not like being like like I keep getting like a feeling of like not being like a man, like telling you like exactly what he feels and what he says, like a beating around the bush type of vibe. So not good at expressing his emotions probably covers that. I would say that's probably what the alternative, what I see in the cards. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing good, Ninja. All's good. But I asked if it's going to continue between him and you in the future this whole year, and it says that it's telling me Yeah, beating around the bush. Yeah, that's what he does. That's what I get. You know, I feel like you want this to happen, and I feel like he can only give you. I feel like you can trust him, and I feel like he'll be loyal, and I feel like he'll be cool with you and stuff. But I also feel like he's not going to be able to give you everything. You got me? Like I feel like there's going to be no appreciation at the end of the day. He may be nice just to get what he wants. Like if you're having sex with him, he's probably going to be nice with you, and he's probably going to be cool with you just to have sex with you and just to be with you and whatever not. I'm not saying he doesn't care, but it's bare minimum. He's not going to give you like 100%. I don't see him ever giving you that. Not ever, but I would say like this year, I see it being just like, regular. I don't see like, I see you putting in the effort and I see him putting in the minimum effort. Like he's still not going to like put in 100%. But you know what? People change. If you feel like, you want to work on it, I would say hold off having a child with him, you know, but that's up to you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do with your life. Children are precious and stuff. So, but I feel like he won't appreciate you in the long term. Like, I feel like there might be like not enough stability this year between you and him, especially with finances and stuff. Hey, Dune, how you doing? Shit. Don't do that. Okay. Dune, you can ask your question when you're ready. So yeah, I don't see nothing changing to be honest, at least not right now. But what I tell people a lot is if the person's in your energy every day, that's for you to like analyze and see how that person reacts. Things can change, but this year I don't see it getting any better than what it is now. It'll just be like, stale, steady, but nothing really serious. I feel like you want it more than he does. Right. See, that's where I got the mature. You said he needs to mature. Right. So that's why I feel like he's not mature enough. He's immature. Like not in a childish way, but like, in a, like he needs to man up. He needs to be a man. Yeah. Well, like how long have you known him? Like I always tell people, my advice to people is this, I'm not a relationship expert, but I've been living in this world for a long time. So I know how this is. And what I tell people is get to know the person, live with that person for at least a year so you can know what that person is every day. If you don't live with nobody for a year, then it don't make sense having no baby, makes sense having no commitment, and makes sense not being with that person. That's just my opinion and advice to everyone. If you just like date somebody and you don't live with them and you don't get to know them, living with somebody is when you actually know who the person is because you get to eat, sleep, and shit with that person for a year, you know? So that's when you really know who the person is. But if you ain't living with them, then it don't make sense committing to nobody. Hell no. At least that's my thing. I'll never commit to anyone unless I actually live with them, you know? I'll live with that woman for at least a year before I know whether or not she's real or not, or she's really up to no good, or she's really good, or she's really worth me pursuing for another year. Okay, Ninja, take care. I'll be on later on. I'm just here for a little bit just to shoot the shit. Next year will be a true year of us knowing each other. Yeah, exactly. So if you're only a few months, then you can't really expect too much out of them, Yeah, I mean, I see that you have a connection, but you know, Dune, you can ask your question when you're ready. So that's, I mean, that's totally up to you. Like, I mean, if you feel like you have a strong connection, make it stronger. Make sure like you completely know, you're not, I know you're not dumb, you know what's going on. So like, I feel like women have to, really make that guy, commit properly, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. You have to make sure that happens in the long run, So I would say work on it this year and see how it goes. Dune, you said your future wife. What can I see? All right, let me check, bro. So yeah, Lala, I would say just keep working on the connection. I tell all women make these men work. But some men have it too easy. These women give them everything, and they shouldn't. There should be a value between each other. But hey, that's why I'm not married. Hell to the no. If I ever get married, it'll be a miracle. It will only be because God sent it to me. All right, Dune, you said my future wife. What can you see? All right. You're welcome, Lala. Dune, this year it's going to be, whether or not you offer yourself to a woman or offer yourself to someone. I feel like you're gonna have someone come into your life this year. Like soon you'll have someone around you, but someone who you're going to date, someone who you're going to talk to. But as far as this person being a future wife, I don't think so. At least not this year. But I feel like you'll have an opportunity to be with somebody. And I feel like she'll have dark hair, like brown hair or black hair. Um, this person can also be like a good partner, very patient. And I feel like they'll trust you and they'll like you, and you guys will have a good influence over each other. But the problem is there might be like, too much going on in one of your lives to actually make it work. So one person has to make more of a sacrifice for the other in order for it to work. So if you guys can do that, then it can work. At least this year, it'll work. But future wife, that's something that has to be determined over time. But this year, I don't see it like being a serious connection where you're gonna call her or you want her to be your wife. Let me just check when you were like. Yeah, it won't be this year. Yeah, that should be your goal, which I see will happen. I see that will happen. I told you that last time that I definitely see that happening. Yeah, even like next year, I don't see you in a committed relationship. So the future wife will have to be like in the future. Um, I don't really look too far ahead because anything can happen and everybody has free will. But as far as like you dating somebody that can be a potential wife, I feel like that will happen this year at some point. Yeah, it's going to be like after June, July. It's not going to be no time soon, but like towards the second part of the year, I see you like being more like in a relationship or trying to be in one or like dating someone. Yeah. I would say that the last 6 months, like summertime, yeah. Yeah. It'll probably be in your home country where you'll meet her. Like you'll meet her there, and then where you live now, you'll probably meet her there and like this year sometime, probably like summertime, like June, around that time. I feel like summertime is gonna be your time of year where everything falls in place for you. You're welcome, and thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. So yeah, I feel like that's the right time for you. June and July should be significant months for you for sure. I hope it is for everybody. Let's hope. Let's hope this year will be very good for everyone. Software. What is that anyway? Wonder if that is here. Let me see. What's the matter? You all right? Hmm? It's getting dark now. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll be back on in about maybe 3 hours from now. All righty, I'll see everybody tonight. I'll be on in a couple hours. My dog's ready to go out too.